This is Loyal to Law once again, and this time this video is going to be showing you, audience, a simple, explosive agility drill that you can do in order for you to practice your explosiveness on the legs and as well as some footwork. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, I apologize for the sound in advance because I'm actually recording indoors, as you can see. Reason being is it's too hot outside. It's triple digits Fahrenheit and the heat is getting into my head. And I tried to film this a while ago outside and I just could not bear it. We are actually in a heat warning right now in this place that I'm living in, so it's kind of dangerous. That's why I'm actually recording it inside. So I do apologize for the sound. I'll try to talk as slowly and as clearly as possible. So back up here for a bit. The agility drill that we're going to do is very, very common, and you usually see this drill in summer camps sometimes, or in other cases, individual athletes in explosive sports like basketball, football, or rugby. Sometimes you'll see this drill being done in soccer or worldwide football, as most Europeans would call it, where the American football is, American, so its counterpart is rugby. So the simple drill that we're going to do is the front cross step. The reason why it's called the front cross step is because when you say cross step in martial arts, you're actually referring to this. So where your other leg cross steps behind your, in this case, my left leg. So I cross step with my right to behind my left leg, and then I move. See? So that's what cross-stepping is in the martial arts, oftentimes referred to. Front cross-step is the reverse of that. So instead of doing this, you're going to do this. See? So it's like doing a squat in a 45-degree angle, a lunge. If you know what a lunge exercise is, a lunge will just be doing this, like so. Following the same principles of doing the lunge, we're also doing it on the cross step, except that we're doing it in a 45-degree angle, like so. In doing this, you really need to have your knee in line with your ankle, or at least with your heel. So they are in a straight line. So, as with the lunge, look at my knee here, in line with my heel. So this part of the leg is straight. Even if I switch legs, still following the same principle as you're going to do with the front cross step. And the reason being is you don't want to injure your knee. And there's a whole lot of pressure that the knee can hold. And if you're going to have your knee not in line with your ankle or with your heel, so your knee is further, like so, tendency is that all of your weight will go forward and your knee will not handle it. And if you do that repeatedly, eventually your knee will pop, ligaments will be torn on that part of the leg, and yeah, you'll have a really, really serious injury that is going to be sometimes career-ending if you're practicing explosive sports like basketball, for example. So you have to be really aware of that. Now, that's just step one. That's not the drill yet. The actual drill is doing that same motion, front cross step, repeatedly in a zigzag motion. So imagine that you're at the center, you have a straight line in front of you, or if you have something like a rope, or if you can draw a line in front of you, that would be better for you to see where you're going to, what you're going to cross, and where you're going to step. So, as myself, imagine that I have a straight line in front of me. I'm going to actually have my stance, relaxed stance, my feet shoulder width apart, and I'm going to have to choose which leg I'm going to use to cross, front cross step on either side. So, if I'm going to use my right leg, I'm going to cross to my left side, like so. And you're not going to just stop in that motion. You're not just going to stop here. You're now actually going to slightly pivot, so you're going to put all of your weight on this leg so that you're going to carry the leg behind you to the other side. See? I'm back to the neutral stance. I'm back to my relaxed stance with my feet shoulder width apart. So again, in slow motion, I bring my right foot across my center line, my center, right here, to my left side. Front cross step, and then put all of my weight here, so just here, to lift my back leg back to this original position. Same thing with cross stepping with your left leg. Again with the right, and then with the left. That is step 2. Now, on step 3, you're going to make it a little bit more compact. So instead of doing the cross step just like a lunge, a 90-degree angle, then you stand back up, and then you do a lunge again. So I'm doing the first motion of the cross step, that. By making it more compact, you're going to actually think or maintain your head level at chest level. So you're going to bring down your head here. So by the time you cross step, and by the time you reach this level right here, you lower your head, you're going to maintain that. So instead of just standing straight up with a relaxed stance, shoulder width apart, you're actually going to do a small squat. So in doing the squat, as we all know, you have to keep your back straight and you're just going to sink down. You're not going to fall forward, just going to sink down. Back, maintain your back straight like this, like so. So instead of just doing this part, you're actually going to do this. See how low I am? I'm maintaining my head level this way. I am not standing back up to my normal head level. So that's number 3. Number 4 is actually speeding it up, which makes this drill a little bit more challenging because you're actually practicing your explosiveness at this time. On the first 3 parts, you're actually just practicing or strengthening the leg muscles that you're going to use in order for you to reach number 4, which is explosiveness. So at first, you're doing this, so you're strengthening the quads, like so. And by maintaining your head level to chest level, not only are you strengthening your quads, but you're also strengthening your calves. Like so. Keep in mind still that your knees should still be in line with your heel or your ankle, and never try to not let your knee go past your ankle or your heel forward. It should be in a straight line. So you do it right here, especially on number 3, like so. Okay, number 5. Another key note that you need to remember is to maintain your torso as relaxed as possible, so from the waist up. Actually, whatever you do with this torso is fine if you're going to practice this drill. But remember that it really doesn't matter what you're doing with your torso from the waist up, as long as it stays relaxed and if you can maintain it as straight as possible. And as long as you're just moving your legs and you're landing in a 90-degree angle position, not in a 90-degree angle like here, because this is 45 degrees position. You're maintaining this level, then you're good to go. Number 6 is now really making it as fast as possible. So in the explosiveness part, you're actually not going to start in a relaxed stance, you're actually going to start low. Just like what sprinter does before the sprinter hears the bang, and then he or she actually goes for a sprint. You actually position yourself with your knees slightly bent in order for you to have more springy start in doing this explosive drill or in doing this agility drill, so that you're not going to constantly do this motion. So it's easier if you're going to start this way if you're already at this part. Remember that this is a progression video, so if you're not at the level on those numbers yet, then I strongly suggest to say, for example, you're not really good at doing number 3, then you need to practice constantly on doing number 2, and then do number 3 very, very slow up until you have built enough leg strength in order to do this drill. When it comes to explosiveness, it's actually covering 1 to 5 in a really, really good practice. And once you're really comfortable with 1 to 5, then you can practice explosiveness and then speed up. So the actual drill, once you cover everything, will look like this. See? I don't care what I do with my torso, as long as I maintain my legs and my head level in a springy position and in this level, like so. Now, what's the self-defense aspect of this? As I mentioned earlier in this video, this is also practicing your footwork when it comes to self-defense. And obviously, you've already seen the footwork, and if you're actually practicing this drill, if you're already in doing some explosive sports in the field, like basketball, rugby, American football, sometimes soccer, then you would obviously see the footwork in it. So from here, I'm already out of the center line. Most of your opponents will attack you from where you stand. So catch my breath here. You get closer so that you'll be hearing me a little better. Most of your opponents will attack you from where you stand, and they would not actually anticipate on what direction you're going when you're doing some evasive maneuvers. Yes, this drill is also helping you practice doing evasive maneuvers with your legs. Whatever you do with your torso for now will be neutral, so it really doesn't matter. But if you're going to practice footwork, and if you're going to practice self-defense aspects in doing this drill, then whatever martial arts discipline that you're practicing, you can apply it with this kind of footwork. So let's say an assailant comes at you at dead center. I move here. See what I did with my hand? If I were holding a knife and I front cross step with my right leg to my left, and my opponent is coming at me, say he throws a punch, I have a knife, I slice. And after I slice, I already am here, way outside my former center line. And my opponent is actually beside me, walking or running towards because of his momentum going there. And he didn't know that I already sliced him because I'm already in this side. Same thing applies on the other side. See? Like so. Another good thing from doing this drill, from doing that footwork, is that you can extend it. By extending, what I mean is that you can add additional footwork aside from doing the front cross step. Again, say a serum is coming in front of me, going straight at me, I can turn, I can pivot. I can actually do this. I'm actually right behind my opponent, even though I'm in a 45-degree angle. What I basically did was I do a front cross step on my left. I make it compact instead of actually going here. I actually make it small so it's more than 45 degrees, or less than 45 degrees. Right here, so around 30. Cross step here, pivot, and I'm now right behind my opponent. You can actually also do running, just like run away. So when your assailant is going at you, coming at you in front, and cross step, you're out. You're out of the scene. One explosive movement is what you needed in order to get out of the scene. Once you know and scouted and assessed your exit options from the situation. I forgot to mention that you should also do this motion, the front cross step, using your ball of the foot. So you're going to lift your heel because it makes doing the whole cross step agility drill much easier, and it lessens the load on the knees as well. So you maintain that springiness on your knee. So it's basically, so instead of doing this and I land here, so by the time I cross step and I take another step here, both of my feet are flat, so both of my heels are flat. So instead of doing that, doing this, that's obviously really slow. You just maintain lifting your heel from the floor. So you're just going to constantly step with the ball of your foot. See? Like so. As compared to this, it's actually faster if you lift your heel. See? So I do it in this view. Cross step to my right and my left. Not this. My heel still on the ground. As opposed to lifting my heel. Like so. Heel on the ground. Heel off the ground. See? Still jump with my heel off the ground. You can do both ways. And by the time you land your rear leg to the other side, so if I cross step with my right, so instead of planting my left heel down, so from this angle, here, instead of doing that, it maintains this position so that I'll just easily explode from this side going to the other side. So again, instead of doing this, I'd rather do this to practice also my quickness and to be more efficient in using my own explosiveness to cover more space or to move out of the situation faster when you are doing self-defense. So instead of doing this, even though I do it really fast, just really timing, I lift my heel, and I can easily change direction with my heel lifted up as well. So instead of this, pivot, it's really slow. I do this. See, cross step, like so. So that'll be the information that I forgot to add on the cross-step training agility drill, but that'll be for the advanced. So the beginners and intermediate I would strongly suggest to not practice with lifting your heel first, so practice with the ball of your foot so that you can really feel the benefits of doing this agility drill in slow motion, so that by the time you're going to go do it quickly, you'll be able to understand more on the importance of using your ball of the foot instead of your whole foot on the floor, so that you'll just explode with the ball of the foot instead with the whole foot, because it just makes it more tiring. But with the ball of the foot, it helps you conserve energy. So there you have it. So again, you have to practice strengthening your legs first in doing this. So step one, like so, in this pace. Step two is actually, or should I say step three, because that also covers step two, which is what I did. Because step one is actually just checking your knee with your ankle in a straight line so that you'll not go forward and you'll not injure your knee. And step two is the stepping part. Step three is actually having your head level, like so. And then step 4, 5, 6, have a relaxed torso, waist up to your head, and start with your knees slightly bent instead of standing straight up. So you're actually going to maintain this level. And you can also choose to actually add additional steps after doing this front cross step, not just basically doing this. You can add additional steps as I go further here. You can actually do this. Stop, 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 and so on and so forth. So, that'll be the agility drill, so I come closer here, that you can practice for your self-defense or for just conditioning and working out. It's one of those great agility drills that really pushes you to the limit, especially when it comes to stamina, as I try to catch my breath while talking here. And also it helps strengthen your legs. Keep in mind that you really, really, really need to just check with your knee being in line with your ankle or your heel, because there's a tendency that you're going to overcompensate, like so, and you'll really injure your knee if you do that. So take this drill really, really slow. So I hope that you like this video and that this video has helped you even in the smallest way possible. Again, God bless you all. Always stay safe and take care.